Hello students, peace be upon all of you. As you can see in the title of the video, in this video we are going to cover how to determine the surface area of rectangular prisms and cubes. Now, if you if you want to review the rectangular prisms and cubes and how they look like, the difference between two-dimensional and three-dimensional, you can go ahead and review that on the volume video, how to determine the volume of rectangular prisms and cubes. I already covered that at the beginning of the video of that video. In this video, we are going to cover how to find the surface area of the same shapes, not the volume, the surface area of rectangular prisms and cubes. Now, how does a rectangular prism look like? Here's a rectangular prism. There you go. And we said it's a 3D shape because it has 3 dimensions, meaning it has what? It has a length, a width, W, and it has H, a height. This is what? Let's put this in brown. This is a rectangular prism. Rectangular prism. Okay? Here on the right here, let's put a line here. There you go. Here we have a what? Another shape. Let's make it. Here we have another shape. It's called what? Cube. Here's a cube. This is a cube. It's also 3-dimensional, meaning it has a length, a width, and a height. Okay? So, rectangular prism, cube. Now, what is the surface area? What is the definition of the surface area? The surface area is the area of the faces of the shape. How many faces does a rectangular prism how many does a rectangular prism have? Well, 1, 2, 3, 4 in the back, the fourth one in the back, the bottom, fifth, 6. So 6 faces. 6 faces. I'll show you how I determine that in a second. Cubes, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 faces as well. 6 faces. Now, what's a rectangular prism is an object. It's a 3D dimension. It's a 3D object, right? That you can hold. An object that looks like that. And then here we have a book here. Here's a book. Here's a textbook. That textbook is a rectangular prism. It's a what? It's a rectangular prism right here. It looks like a rectangular prism, and it has 6 faces. How did I determine the faces? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Here's one face on the top. The second face on the bottom, the third face here, the fourth face right here, the fifth, and the sixth. 6 faces. Go get a book right now and count how many faces the book had. The book, your textbook had. All right, your textbook has. So go get a textbook and determine how many faces your textbook has. All right. Now here's how. So the surface area is the total. Is the total area of the faces of the shape. Total area of the faces of the shape. Okay? So the faces of the shape, we find the area of each face, we add them together, we get the surface area of the shape. Okay? So the total surface area is the what? Is the total area of the faces of the shape. Find the area of each face in the shape and what? And then add them together, you have the what? The surface area. The just like we said, finding the volume for rectangular prisms and cubes. We can find the volume using the same way. We can also find the surface area for both shapes using the same way. Okay? Now, let's determine how can we find the surface area. How can we find the surface area? Here. You have a rectangular prism, length, width, height. So, imagine this was a textbook. Imagine this was a textbook like that. It's a textbook. So we want to find, for example, first let's find this face here, the area of this face. Easy, it's a rectangle. Length times width. We'll find the area of this face. So, length times height. Let's say this was the top, okay? Let's just say this was the top. It was like this, and now you're trying to determine what? You're trying to determine the surface area of this book. So the length times what? Times the width. The length times the width. That's the first thing we do. Length times width. So the length times width gives us the area of this face right here. Remember, this face has a bottom too. It has another from the other side. So this is the top, this is the bottom, and it's the same exact area. It's the same exact area. The area of this face is the same exact area of this face because they're the same. It's a textbook, they're the same. It's a rectangular prism. So the face of this is this exact. The area of the face of this is the exact area of the face of this because it's a rectangular prism, which is a 3D version of a rectangle, right? And so length times width gives you what? Gives you this face. But in order for us to account for this face, how can we account for that? Well, if the area of this is 4, this, for example, if the area of this is 4, this is also 4. So we say 4 plus 4. 4 plus 4. Or in other words, 4 times 2. So we found the surface area of this place here, and we found the surface area here. We found the surface area here. To account for this one, we just multiply by 2. That means we found that one right here, length times width, and we also accounted for that one. So there's 2 of them. There's 2 of them. So we take the length times the width, we multiply it by 2. So this is surface area. Surface area. SA means what? Surface area. Okay, so surface area. We took the length times the width, and then we multiplied it by 2. All right, now we're done with this face and this face. Now let's try this and this. So this is going to be what? This is going to be, if the book was like that, we're trying to find this and this. Okay, this and that. So this is going to be the width times the height. The width times the height. The width times the height gives me this part. Well, I can just get it by what? So the width times the height gives me this part. I can also get this part by multiplying by 2. Awesome. So I got this part here, and I got this part here. Now I'm missing the what? I'm missing this and this. Okay, awesome. Well, this is going to be the length times the height. The length times the height. The length times the height gives me this part. To account for the part in the back right here, I would multiply this by 2. Then add all of them together, and I get my surface area at the end. So this is how you find the surface area of a rectangular prism and a cube. Alright, so now meaning we did this, and we did the back part too. So we accounted for all surfaces. Length times width, length times width. I found that the area of this face. In order for me to account for the one in the back, I multiply that by 2. Width times height, width times height. I found the area of this part, but in order to account for the part in the back, then I need to multiply by 2. Length times height, length times height. I found the area of this part, but in order for me to account for the part in the back, I multiply that by 2. I find all of that, I multiply each one by 2, add all of them together, I'm done. I found what? I found the surface area of the shape. Okay? So, let's take that into action now. We have a rectangular prism. This is 6 meters. This is 2 meters. This is 4 meters. We're trying to find the surface area. Surface area. Okay, surface area is equal to, we said 2 length times width plus 2 length times height. Alright? Plus 2 width times height. So it's just a combination. This is L. Let's write this. This is L. This is width. This is, there you go. This is height. H. Okay? Now, all we do is just this times that, and then this times that. Okay? The combinations, 3 combinations. Length times width, width times height, and length times height. Multiply each one by 2, and then add them together. Alright? So now, length times width. So the length is 6, so it's going to be 6 times what? 6 times 2. Alright? Length times height. Length is 6 and height is 4, so 6 times 4. Okay? Width times height. 2 times 4. Width is 2 times 4. Awesome. This equals to 6 times 2 is 12. 12 times 2 is 24. 24 plus 6 times 4 is 24. 24 times 2 is 48. Plus 2 times 4 is what? Is 8. 8 times 2 is 16. Awesome. 24 plus 48 plus 16. 4 plus 8 is 12. 12 plus 6 is 18. 8 carry the 1. 1 plus 2 is 3. 3 plus 4 is 7. 7 plus 1 is 8. 88. So the surface area is 88. What meters? What? This is area. Area is meters squared. 88 meters squared. So just choose your combinations. Length times width, length times height, width times height. Remember that. LW, length times width times height, WH, LH. Alright? LW, WH, LH. Length times width, width times height, and length times height. 3 combinations. 3 combinations. Multiply each one by 2 to account for the other side. And then what? Add them together. Add them together. That times that, that times that, that times that. And then just multiply each one by 2. And then add them together to get this. Now let's try one last example, okay? Let's try one last example. Let's try a cube this time. There you go. Let's try a cube. Let's try a cube. This is 3 meters. That means this is also 3. This is also 3 because it's a cube. Now, we said surface area equals length times width, width times height, and then length times height. Just put that down. Every time you do, just put that down. Length times width times height, length times height. The 3 combinations. Times 2 on each side. And then add all 3. Add all 3 numbers. So 3 is the length and the width. So 3 and 3. Okay, width times height, 3 times 3 as well. Okay, length times h, so 3 times 3. So 3 times 3 is 9. 9 times 2 is 18. 3 times 3 is 9. 9 times 2 is also 18. 3 times 3 is 9. 9 times 2 is also 18. Let's add them together. 18 plus 18 plus 18. 8 plus 8, 16. 16 plus 8, that's 24. 4 carries a 2. 2 plus 1 is 3. 3 plus 1 is 4. 4 plus 1 is 5. 54. So 54 what? Meters what? Meters cubed. No, squared, sorry. Squared. This is how you find what? The surface area of the shape. Just write your formula down first. Length times width times height, length times height. Multiply each one by 2, add all these 3 numbers together. You have the surface area. Alright? I know this process was a little tough. I know it's a little tough process. It has a lot of combinations, but just write it down like this. Remember it this way. Length times width times height, and then length times height. Length times width times height. Just, okay, I've multiplied the length and the width. I can't multiply the length and the width again. It has to be the width and the height. I multiplied the width and height. I can't multiply them again. It has to be the length times the height. So 3 combinations. 3 single combinations that cannot be rewritten. So times 2 on each side. After you double each number, add all the 3 numbers. You have the what? The surface area. Don't forget to double each number. When you get the length times the width, you have that number. You must double it. Double each number. Get each number first, and then add all the 3 numbers. All right. If anything is unclear, which may be because I know it's a long process, so if anything is unclear, please go back to that part that was unclear, or replay the video. I hope this was helpful. Thank you guys for watching. We'll see you next video.